Hey, you all, and good morning. Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from my home. And it's been a few days. Since I uploaded a video here on the channel. I had surgery like 4 days ago, and everything went well. Recovered fairly quickly and easily. No pain whatsoever. Everything went pretty smooth. For me, just the biggest deal is just going stir crazy, cabin fever, if you will. I try to take it easy, try to take it serious. You know, laid around the house, did low impact activities, watched a little TV, played a few video games, trying to just focus on relaxing. It's a little hard. Relaxing is not the thing that I am the most skilled at. I was just anxious to get out of the house, get doing things. Of course, I didn't want to hurt myself doing that, so I have been taking it easy. But I think today is the day that we finally emerge here from the house and go back out exploring into the world. Now, me and Jen have been catching up on television, movies, the like, and we did actually go out to the movies one night. We went and saw The Monkey. Yeah, Jen was really excited about getting the popcorn bucket here. But The Monkey, I have a long history with The Monkey. I remember when I was a little kid, my dad's girlfriend had the book, which is called Skeleton Crew. It's a series of short stories by Stephen King. She had the Skeleton Crew book on her bookshelf, and it had this monkey on the cover of the book, and I was so scared. I didn't even want to go in the room with this monkey. I didn't even want to be in the same house as this monkey. At night, I would lay awake in bed thinking about this monkey, and it was just the thing of my absolute nightmares. And it was curious too, because when you're a kid, you're scared of something. You're also actually really curious about it. So I would ask, well, what's that book about? What's the story about? And she told me it was about a monkey who, when he pounded on his drum, bad things happened. And I guess you could tell that I was getting scared because she fictionalized an ending where she said that a fairy came and pulled the monkey. I guess they throw the monkey in the water. Spoiler alert. They throw the monkey in the water in the end of the story. And in her version, she said that a fairy came and took the monkey out of the water, made him promise that he wouldn't do bad things, and the monkey agreed that he would be a good monkey from then on out. That's not really the ending. That's just what she told me, I guess, to try to make me feel better. But I had a lifetime fear of this monkey, and I even remember. I remember that a movie came out that used this that I thought was the monkey, and I was going to face my fears and watch the movie. Turns out it was a movie called Monkey Shine that is completely different. It's about an evil helper monkey, but actually uses this monkey on the cover. So I watched that and I was like, man, this is nothing like I remember. And then I was like, well, maybe that whole story, as you told me, including the fairy princess, was all a work of fiction. But it turns out it's a real story, Stephen King. And finally, it was released this year, and I had to go see it. I had to finally face my fears of this monkey. And it turns out the movie itself, while it does follow the plot of the original, it's not like a super spooky psychological horror or anything. It's actually a surrealist horror comedy. So I actually really enjoyed it. Me and Jen had a good time at the old monkey movie. And I've grown. I think I've grown after years of terror. I've grown to love this little monkey here. I noticed that's how a lot of things on this channel are. Things that I was scared of at one point are now things that I love. Taxidermy, wax figures, creepy dolls. These are all things that scared me as a kid. Monkeys, monkey toys. And now they're the sort of things that I seek out on this channel. And we also have a new set of carpet fish. Sadly, the final carpet fish from the last batch passed away. So I gave the tank a good cleaning. It's not been this clean in a long time. The water looks so clear right now, I can't hardly believe it. There's 3 new fish in here. We got 4. Jen went and picked out 4 fish. Sadly, one of them did not make it. I don't think it died because of the conditions in the tank. I think it actually may have been sick when we got it. But yeah, these guys seem to be doing pretty good, pretty healthy, and hopefully they will grow to be long-living and healthy carpet fish. Give the fish a little food here. You only want 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 flakes. They're tiny fish. They do not eat that much. Oh, they love fish flakes. Look at them. Look at them go. Also wanted to give a shout out to Cryptozooies. They make these amazing cryptid pins. Actually, the Flatwoods Monster in the front of my hat is from Cryptozooies. They have the squonk there. A couple different flavors of Mothman. The albino Mothman. Even the gingerbread Mothman. Got the hodag and the jackalope there. And actually, if you'd like some of these, you can go to their website. And if you use my affiliate code, which is Jacob, Jacob, my first name, you'll get 15% off your order. So I did want to get out and explore today. Originally, I've been trying to get over to the Gallenberg area for the past week or so. It's just been bad weather, been cold weather. It says on the website that 441 is open, but when I go to Google Maps and look, it shows that I can't pass through there. So I don't want to gamble and drive over there and then not being able to get across the national park. Man, I've felt boxed in here with this hurricane and with all these roads being down. The good news is that apparently March 1st, I-40 opens up and will allow us to have a quicker, faster route to the Gatlinburg Pigeon Forge area. But I guess we need to be patient between now and then. So I guess we're going to go somewhere else. Let's head the opposite direction and go down to Georgia. Oh, and I did want to remind you guys, I'm going to be headed to St. Louis on Thursday for Transworld. Now, Transworld, one of my favorite events of the year. This year, we're focusing on planes, trains, and automobiles, long road trips, long bouts of travel. But there's some events that I still wanted to make sure I did not miss, and Transworld is one of them. I go every year, and I have a blast. It's a trade show for the haunted attraction industry, and I have so much fun every year. And this year I am super excited and super honored that I'm actually going to be a part of the show on Saturday. I'm going to be part of a YouTube roundtable. It's from 12:45 to 1:45 if you're interested in attending. It'll be me, Wicked Makers, which is a YouTube channel that makes custom-made animatronics, and also my friend Tampa J will be there. It's going to be moderated by Stiltby Studios, which is one of my favorite vendors at Transworld. And then also, later in the day, between 4:30 and 6:30, there's going to be a free meet and greet with me and the other creators as well. So I'd love to see you come to the seminar, the Q&A that we're going to be having at 12:45 to 1:45, room 132. But if you can't make that, consider stopping by
at between 4:30 and 6:30 in room 120 for the meet and greet. Nothing fancy, just come by, say hi. We'll see how it comes together. Now, I have made the decision I'm going to be flying to St. Louis. It's the year of planes, trains, and automobiles, so trying to get a good mix of different transportation. So I decided I'm going to take a flight. I'm experimenting, Usually I just drive. I'm experimenting with taking flights for shorter distances. Just seeing, and again, I'm trying to teach myself to be more accustomed to flying, more comfortable flying. And one thing I did with that is I did apply for my TSA pre-check, and I was approved. So now I get to use the pre-check line, I think. I guess we'll test that out when we go to St. Louis and see how that works. But right now, let's get back on that long, lonesome road. We stopped off in Otto, North Carolina, where I did live for a period of time. Here we are at the Smoky Mountain Visitor Center. This is a rest area. And, as I travel, I like to check out the different welcome centers. And I guess technically this is the North Carolina Welcome Center. If you're heading north from Georgia, they call it the Smoky Mountain Visitor Center, because I guess if you're headed this way, you are headed directly into the Smoky Mountains. It's nice, clean restrooms up here. If I was ever out and about in town, in Otto or Franklin, North Carolina, often I'd stop by here and use the restrooms because they're always super clean. And they have the visitor center over here. I don't know that I've ever been in here. It's always closed when I come by, because it closes at 5. Got a gift shop in here selling Smoky Mountain items, and they have a pretty great bluegrass soundtrack in here as well. Oh, look at this Great Smoky Mountains. Got an 80s style t-shirt. That's pretty cool. And of course, plenty of black bear merchandise. Little black bear snow globe. And we got the brochures in here, different places to check out. Now, Otto and Franklin, where we're at, known for gem mining, where you can actually buy dirt and look for rubies. There's also a lot of stuff to do over in Cherokee, Native American crafts. Yeah, you see lots of the gem mines here. Oh, Dale's Wheels Through Time. It's a fun motorcycle museum over in Maggie Valley. Oh yeah, plenty of rafting if you're up for such thing. Oh man, there's Harold from the American House Cat Museum. I miss that man. And I really love these face jugs here. The artist Randy Tobias. Now, I was told that they'd put these scary faces on jugs because they contained things they didn't want kids getting into, such as maybe moonshine or some other adult beverage. So to keep kids from trying to take sips, they would make the jars themselves absolutely horrifying to scare the kids away. Like I said, I lived over here in Otto, North Carolina for several years. And this over here, this pile of junk, this destroyed building, so the gas pumps over here, this used to be the only store in Otto. It's called Tyler's. You can get your gas here. You could get, not a full grocery store, but you could get ketchup. You could get A1 sauce, things that you may have forgotten. Or things you may have ran out of, some flour, some sugar that my ex-wife would send me out here to pick up. Was kind of pretty much the center point of Otto, the greeting point. And it's gone. It's been demolished. I think it's been closed for some time, but it has been smashed to pieces and it is being thrown in a dumpster. You know, it makes me sad. Just, you know, places that you have fond memories of, places that were once a very important part of your life, and then you never know, one day they're just sticking it in a dumpster. And we are now entering the state of Georgia. Just look at that. Georgia red clay. So even though I live in a very rural area over in Waynesville, I do enjoy being centrally located. One reason I decided to stay there, I can be down 9 hours. I can be down in Orlando. Another 8-9 hours. I can be up in Washington, D.C. Pretty much get to anywhere east of the Mississippi within 2 days. And also, just where I live, I'm actually very close to several states. Like here, the Georgia border is about an hour from my house. The Tennessee border, maybe less than an hour. Be in South Carolina in an hour. So, you know, even though I'm in a fairly rural place, I can hop to state pretty easy. And I don't know what exactly is going on, but they're doing a lot of construction here at the Georgia border. It looks like they're cutting down a lot of trees. They're sectioning off the road. If I had to hazard a guess, it looks like maybe they're looking at widening the road or expanding the road in some way. Pulled off here at Unicoi State Park. We're not going on any crazy hikes today, but I did want to get a look at the lake over here. Never hurts to get out of the car and get a little bit of fresh air. Little dock here where we can look out onto Unicoi Lake. Oh, that's pretty. That's pretty. Looks like there's like a dam over there. Oh, look who's down here. Have a couple of little geese. Hey there. Three geese. And of course, while enjoying natural beauty in this part of the country, you gotta look out for bears. Of course, when you think of bear, B-A-A-R, think be aware. Be air, be aware. Because after all, a fed bear is a dead bear. Bears change their behavior if they're fed. They become less afraid of humans, more likely to be aggressive. And after all, you know, we are not very far. We're in the same general part of Georgia as the real-life cocaine bear. So definitely don't give them food. Definitely don't leave the garbage overflowing, and don't give them that sweet, sweet white powder. And we have landed here in Helen, Georgia, a very unique town here in the North Georgia mountains. It is a little bit of Bavaria here in the mountains of North Georgia. Of course, Bavaria, a state in Germany, and originally Helen, Georgia was a mining town. Unfortunately for Helen, the thing that they mined was asbestos. They carved asbestos out of the mines. Of course, asbestos later found to be a very carcinogenic, very toxic mineral. And when the word got out, oh, there's a little train. little train headed down. That's charming. Headed down the street of Helen. Anyway, where were we? Oh yes, asbestos. It was a town that mined asbestos, and once asbestos fell out of favor, once they realized asbestos was not the bestest, they had to convert to something else. They had to find some way to make money here in the town of Helen, and they decided to become a tourist town. And some of the older gentlemen had remembered fighting overseas in Germany and had fond memories of a particular part of Germany, that being Bavaria. And so, based on the memories of the servicemen that served overseas, they converted the entire town into a little Bavarian village. They had, building codes that said everything has to look all Germany in order to operate here in Helen. So it's been a while. It's been a few years since I've made my way out here to Helen. So I figured we will just enjoy the town, just kind of meander around and see what's happening in the swinging little town of Helen, Georgia. And according to this, they're celebrating something called Fasching. And from context clues, it looks like it's some sort of German Mardi Gras. See lots of German-related businesses, German bars, German restaurants. And this here, the Heidelberg, is probably one of the most iconic spots in Helen, Georgia. Whenever you see Helen, Georgia in postcards or in books, you always see this building right here. And I do definitely want to get some German food today, but I'm not sure. There's so many restaurants to choose from. Maybe we'll look around a little bit before we decide on one. Oh, look at this. The ATMs are like old British phone booths. I don't know. They might have phone booths like this in Germany. I've never been. You can see every business looks like something out of old Germany. Even this vape shop. Dutch imports. Over here, you see the little Dutch children next to the windmill. Oh, look over here. We have clogs, the original croc. These aren't the hard wooden ones, though. These look like they're like soft slipper clogs. You can get all sorts of little Dutch treats here. Dutch mustard, Dutch soy sauce. Yeah, some of these look good. I'm gonna try this curry sauce. Here is windmill cookies. If you ate the whole package, it would pretty much be a wind meal. Oh, they do have some of the wooden clogs over here. You can get original recipe or get the nice decorated ones. And there's a giant clog filled with tiny clogs. Oh, here comes the train again. Hello. Hope everyone's okay. The public restrooms over here, even they are adorned with German culture. You can see little German man over here named Sparky. See the clock tower up there, and then a man blowing one of those Ricola horns to awaken the town. Bikers coming through. Shops here. If they sell beer steins and cuckoo clocks. Like buy yourself some of these German hats. Oh, and yeah, here's for drinking beer. You can drink beer out of lederhosen. Yeah, these are the steins where you can cap your beer so bees don't get in it. And this one's got a pretzel handle. Oh yeah, some really cool cuckoo clocks in here. Oh, that one's going off there. You hear the cuckoo. Oh yeah, you can even see the little glockenspiel up there at the top. Little people dancing. And even if cuckoo clocks aren't your things, they have a great collection of Kit Kat clocks. Oh, look at those. They're so cool. And you got some of these wonderful trolls. Oh yeah, look at all the trolls here. It's kind of traditional trolls here, kind of led to the fad of trolls. I think it was the 1960s or 70s where they had the brightly colored trolls with the hair, but I kind of like the OG trolls. Oh yeah, look at that cross-eyed ice cream cone right there. A little ice cream shop while you're enjoying Germany. Looks like they've still got some of their Christmas lights up, but I guess maybe in Bavaria they celebrate Christmas just a little bit longer. Is that George Washington says, "You're welcome"? It's another ATM here. This is a very Bavarian ATM. I actually do need some cash. Hopefully it's not in German. Unsurprisingly, Helen's sister city, Fusen, is in Bavaria. And just look at this, a thing of beauty. Now, through my travels, we've seen different love locks. Sometimes they just appear on a random bridge. Sometimes people, you know, they put the names of themselves and their loved ones and they clasp it on a bridge. Here, it looks like they have built a monument to love locks themselves and invited people to add their love to this giant heart-shaped structure. It's vaguely heart-shaped, at least. And yeah, look at all that. Look how dense it is with love locks. People even adding it onto the chain here. That is, oh man, that's like, they really get really heavy. There was a bridge in France there they had to cut all the love locks off of because the bridge was collapsing. So yeah, all these people with their loved ones have put a sign of love, companionship, reverence towards each other, and left it here on this monument. Now this is the part of the video where I say, man, I should have brought some love locks with me. I want to put me and Jen's name on a bridge somewhere, you know, where they have love locks, but every time I get there, I don't have any locks. But not today, Satan, because Jen, for Valentine's Day, got me some love locks with our names on it. So I actually can. I think this is a first for the channel. This is my first love lock here on this channel. I've been by so many different fences, so many different structures that incorporated love locks, but I think this is the first time I'm actually going to leave a lock of my own. You see there, it says Jacob and Jen. Gotta find a good spot here. Yeah, just look how dense they are with locks here. So there's a little bit of open area down here at the bottom for some reason. So I guess I'm gonna clip my lock right there. And there we go. It's on there forever. And if you eat a little too much German food, drink a little too much German beer, don't sweat it, because we got a defibrillator right here on Main Street. Oh, and here's that train that we saw cruise in the street. Here's the train depot. Maybe we could hop aboard. All aboard the Alpine Express, because we're going to get in the back, so we have the wildest of rides. Oh, here we go. Oh, sound effects. It is the year of planes, trains, and automobiles here on the Carpetbagger channel. So how can I say no to a ride on the Alpine Express. It was only $10. Take a little ride down the main strip here in Helen, Georgia. Here we go, out onto the main strip here. That used to be a tarantula zoo, a spider-based attraction. Then there's that Heidelberg there. Oh, we're actually taking a turn here. Things have taken a turn. Hey, how's it going? Going under the Alpine Helen sign there. We're traveling back here behind the main strip, city parking area here. The beautiful, fresh mountain water rushing beneath us. There's the Alpine Wedding Chapel. We want to have a little wedding here in Helen. Back onto the main strip here. A little bit of rap going on. Yeah, they got a heck of a soundtrack here on the Alpine Express. Here we are, headed back into the station. Looks like the love locks may be extending all throughout Helen. We had the designated love lock station over there, but it looks like it has spread to this fence as well. Oh, look at that big lock. That's not going everywhere. That love is strong. There's the Helen Hat Company, and their mascot is apparently a drunken Sasquatch. You can see the Sasquatch guzzling his Oktoberfest beer there. And you can sit and have your photo made with the Helen Hat Company drunken Sasquatch. It says, "Gone squatching in Helen." They do have about every hat imaginable here in the hat shop. Great selection. Even have these Kangol hats. Remember those from the 80s? Unfortunately, I'm not really seeing my style of hat, which is surprisingly hard to find. And here's the tubing company. The lady at the windmill shop explained that the people celebrating Fasching went for a tube ride in the river after their drunkening was done. Yeah, look at these clowns here in the window. Oh, look at this guy. So it is tubing, which in this part of the world means river tubing. You put a tube in the river and sail down. Now Jen said she was confused by these signs when she moved here because where she's from, in Western New York, tubing means you put a tube in the snow and you go down a hill. And then I said, okay, so if that's tubing, then what do you call it when you put a tube in the river? She said, oh, we don't do that. So what part of the country are you guys from? Leave a comment in the comment section. When you see the word tubing, does it automatically mean snow tubing or river tubing? Leave a comment in the comment section. So you cross this bridge here, you see that there is a very clear no locks on the bridge, which I think is fair. They actually, here they give us a place to put our locks. We shouldn't be putting them on the bridge where they may be diminishing the structural integrity of said bridge. But under the bridge, we have the Troll Tavern. We recently went to the Troll Pub in Louisville, Kentucky, which was also under a bridge, but here in Helen, we have the Troll Tavern. I think trolls, part of Bavarian culture. So let's head down under the bridge. this troll right here. The king of trolls. That's his Sir Olaf there. And what has he got there? Is that like a big drumstick? Well, and I'm actually going to sit here right next to Sir Olaf. We're dinner buddies. Oh, look at that! He's got a toad. He's got a toad in his hat. They've remodeled in here. It used to be a lot dingier, which kind of fit the theming. But I can understand why they don't want it to be excessively dingy. Okay, my food has arrived. I got the combo platter, which is knockwurst and bratwurst. I think this grayer one is the bratwurst. I think this is the knockwurst. Also got 2 different kinds of sauerkraut there with potatoes and some rye bread. Look at that. Big heaping plate of German food there. We got some spicy brown mustard here. Let's dig in. Okay, I think this is the bratwurst. I think this is the bratwurst. All right, let's try this one. Oh no, that's the bratwurst. That's definitely the bratwurst. Bratwurst has a very distinct flavor, a garlickiness to it. That's more of the knockwurst. I always felt like knockwurst tastes more like hot dog-like, if that makes sense. Let's try another bite of knockwurst. It's really got a milder taste, less of a full flavor. I like the bratwurst better. The knockwurst is a very subtle flavor, like a hot dog. I feel like maybe somewhere down the family tree of a hot dog lies the knockwurst. And then we have the 2 kinds of sauerkraut, the purple kraut. That's really good. And the white. They're both good. A lot of vinegar. But I think that's my favorite. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think this is made with beets. You know, the delicious earthy flavor to it. All good. I love German food. I don't know if I like rye bread that much, but everything else is pretty good. So I did decide to forego the rye bread, but everything else very, very delicious. It's just something about a big plate of German sausage. So good. And this friendly troll over here lets you know where the restrooms are. And as you leave the Troll Tavern here, you can actually head under the bridge. Let's take a peek at what is on the other side of the bridge. It's more bars on the other side of the bridge. On this international strip of flags. We do have a river walk over here. Look at that, the locks are infesting the entire city. The big metal heart wasn't enough. Could not contain all these locks. Oh, there goes the train. You can see even the fast food restaurants have to follow the rules. We have the Bavarian Wendy's here. Here's the United Community Bank. And the Bavarian Huddle House. They do have a mountain coaster up here, the Georgia Mountain Coaster. I was gonna go up and do it, but you know, it is my first day back filming after surgery, so I feel like I'm probably okay to ride it, but just for safety's sake, I think I'm going to pass. I would just feel very stupid if I hurt myself on a mountain coaster so soon after surgery. My doctor would definitely give me a look of shame. Head down this alley here. Oh, look at this. This alley is full of hummingbirds and butterflies. And this is Willie the Wildwood Bear. Hey Willie, how are you doing? You also have a giant yard gnome right there. A variety. Different gnomes here for sale. Oh, why is that gnome so grumpy? Here in the window of the jerky store, we see the ultimate showdown. Albino bear versus albino badger. Here we have an extinct attraction here in Helen, Georgia. This used to be Charlemagne's Kingdom. You can actually see the ghost of the old sign there. You see Charlemagne there on the mural. Used to be a really, really cool, massive train set. You could actually walk through the train set. There was like caverns. It took up an entire massive room. So, classic Helen, Georgia attraction. Hate to see that it's gone. Then over here at Jolly's Toys, this glockenspiel used to actually work. You can see the figures out there. We've got the ivy growing up around the figures. But I remember when this actually would just open periodically, maybe like open on the hour or whatnot. I remember walking up this hill in order to see Charlemagne's Kingdom, and right as I was standing right here, the glockenspiel started and the figures came out and started dancing. It was it was just magical moments when an unseen glockenspiel makes itself apparent. Stopped off here at the eastbound rest area here in Waynesville, just a few minutes from home. But yeah, these local trips have been kind of fun. You know, the other day I went to Murphy, North Carolina, and drove over to the national park a few days back, and it kind of reminds me of what it was like when I first, started the very primordial beginnings of this channel. When I originally started documenting, it was in the form of photographs
I like taking photographs, and a lot of times that was just be a matter of going to nearby towns, going to small towns nearby, seeing if there's anything fun or unusual. Sometimes driving back roads to see if I could find anything, old houses, old cemeteries, just whatever I could find that I thought was interesting. And if I'd been to the same town multiple times, maybe I'd want to go to another town I hadn't been to. Drive an hour and a half, maybe 3 hours to just somewhere I hadn't been, somewhere where I'd just never seen it. There may not have been any particular thing I was looking for going to that town, but I would go there just to see what was happening, just to see if there was anything fun going on. These day trips like this, where I'd drive out to Helen, Georgia, be home before dark. This is kind of how this channel got its start. Of course, these are the days, very early days. I was not making any money off taking photographs. That would be a long, long way off from there. But I couldn't afford to stay in a hotel. I couldn't afford the money to stay the night in a hotel. So I could pretty much only travel to where I could be back home by the end of the night, and hopefully back home early enough to get to sleep and possibly go to work the next day. You have Saturday and Sunday off. So usually one day, maybe 2 hours driving there, 2 hours driving back, but just explore, just see stuff that I haven't seen. And I haven't done that in a while. I've been going some far distances, being out all different corners of this country, all over the contiguous United States. But it's nice to just visit my home area a little bit, the western North Carolina, the North Georgia, western South Carolina, just these areas that I went to originally when I first fell in love with the South, when I first fell in love with traveling. These are the sort of places I went. Helen was a place that I would go because I knew there's always interesting stuff in Helen. It's really interesting to see Helen again after all these years. It's interesting traveling to these places that I once upon a time I would have been here multiple times. Every couple months maybe drive out somewhere like that just to see, just because there was nowhere else I could go, just because I couldn't get any further away. I couldn't drive down to Florida. That's 9 hours. I couldn't get very far. So that's kind of the sphere. Like I said, it's basically East Tennessee, Western North Carolina, Western South Carolina, North Georgia. Maybe if we're willing for like a major push, we could get it to Alabama. But this is kind of the world. This is kind of my original world. The world as I moved to video, as people started watching my channel, I expanded. It grew from there, and it grew to now cover the 48 contiguous United States. But kind of fun going back to my roots. And it's great seeing these old places. Some of it makes me sad, seeing how much is just gone. As I'm driving through these old places, I just remember, that used to be there, that used to be there. Now there's nothing, and in some cases there's just not really even anything replacing it. It's just something that's not there anymore. But let me know in the comments section. Do you guys like these local videos, these local day trips? I guess today is Sunday, so it's kind of a Sunday drive for me. So what would you guys like to see? Me just getting in the car, driving for the day, drive to a town, and explore. Anything else in like that general vicinity, that sphere that I talked about that you guys would like to have me check up on? Any towns or little museums or anything that you'd like to see me check out? Leave a comment in the comment section. Now, Thursday we're getting on a plane. We're going to Transworld. We're gonna have a great time. One of my favorite events of the year. I get to actually be part of Transworld. I've been filming Transworld since 2019. I only missed 2020 because of the unpleasantness, and so it's excited to actually be a part of the show
You know, the first year I asked for permission, and they were like, okay, and you know, become enough a part of that community, of the community of haunters, where I've actually been invited to contribute to a discussion, which just blows me away. So I'm super excited. If you're at the Transworld, come say hello. We're doing the meet and greet starts at 4:30 on Saturday. I'd love to see anyone that's attending Transworld to come by and hang out a little bit. In the meantime, I'm just going to be hanging out around town here, maybe doing a little more small town exploring until then, and then there's a big train trip coming up next month that I'm really excited about. So, thank you for following along with me. Thank you for watching these videos. If you do like these videos, please subscribe. I travel around the country. I film roadside attractions, amusement parks, museums, haunted houses, and whatever else I find interesting. If you'd like to help out the channel, consider contributing to Patreon. $3 or more gets you a postcard once a month from me to you. Also selling enamel pins, pressed pennies, stickers, motel key fobs in the Etsy shop, as well as personalized messages on Cameo. All those things are in the description of this video, and all those things help keep this train on the track, this boat in the water, and this dirigible in the air. Until next time, my friends, this one's in the bag.